I have some old selves that it's time to let go of. I have integrated 95% of their perception of reality with my new one because an old self is just a neural network in your brain, a whole way of perceiving the world that your brain builds. And we can't ever be rid of it. We can't instantly let go like these scammy YouTube spiritual channels tell us you can. We have to integrate it. And I have done this with the version of Nikki that was an abuse victim, the one that was an archetypal mother, the one that was a health freak, the one that was spiritual, the one that was autistic and ADHD, the one that was powerless to the world, which is probably the first one again. But still, they're knocking around my head and they won't quite leave me alone. And the part that won't leave me alone is all of the tidbits, the treasures that I took up that helped me get through that version of myself and leave out the other end instead of getting stuck in it. Because I don't know about anybody else, but when I pick up a self, it's all consuming and it wants to be there forever. It says, build a YouTube channel about being spiritual, build a YouTube channel about being, a mother and parenting, build a YouTube channel about helping people through, abusive situations, build a YouTube channel about helping people with mental health. And if I dedicated myself to any one of those, that is how you build success, is through that clear targeting, that clear message to share with people. But I never felt like any of these selves was something that I needed to settle into. They all felt wrong. And I don't know if everybody feels like that or if that's more of a personal thing, because it sure looks like other people have identities that they love. But I always have this desire to be nobody, but that's a whole other topic. So here's my plan. I'm doing this YouTube challenge right now where every day I'm showing up to make a short video with the intention of self-expression, of getting all of this stuff out on paper or out on the screen so I can make my choices. And I'm going to focus on one version of myself, say the one that was autistic and ADHD, and how I found my way through that one so I could stop having that be the center of my life. I'm going to make a bunch of videos about that. And then when that's done, I'll wrap them all together and use them to write a little chapbook, an escape book, a goodbye autism and ADHD book. And then if that feels like it brings closure to that self, if I feel like I don't need to make any more videos about it, then I can move on to the next one and the next one and the next one until eventually there's a pretty bow tied on all of the old versions of myself. I've done a final witnessing of everything that needed to be done to finish integrating them with this wider perception of reality. Because doing this is important. It's kind of like, imagine that you have a hexagon, and every hexagon you have is one neural network, one perspective of reality, one self. When you integrate them, you go from a very flat and shallow reality to a three-dimensional one. You keep adding more and more hexagons until you get whatever the name is for the 3D hexagon shape. And then life looks so different. And it's wonderful. Life is so much better with the depth that comes from going through all of these different selves and enduring all of that pain and then integrating it. Maybe that's my addiction. Maybe I don't want to be somebody because I just want to integrate everybody. So that's my current plan for completing an integration of these different parts of myself that no longer need to stand alone. And if it works, then I'll YouTube about it. Thank you for walking with me. And if there's some sort of integration that you've been working through with yourself, what have you tried and what has helped and what has taken you totally in the wrong direction? I would really love to know. Thanks and have a great day.